This is News 3 Now at 5.
And thanks for staying with us. Snow is continuing to fall across southern Wisconsin, and it could impact your travel tonight and tomorrow morning.
We have team coverage of the snow and the bitter cold temperatures that are in store this weekend and next week. But first, let's get a look at your first warn forecast. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti on the weather patio.
Yeah, the snow has started to pick up a little bit in intensity right now, but there's not much wind in the Madison area so far. But you can see while the snow is ending out to the west of us, it's a different story when you factor in the winds. They're seeing some very strong wind gusts there and near whiteout conditions. So the last of the heavier bands of snow are moving through Dane County right now. Just some light snow showers and flurries out to the west. Could see an additional inch of accumulation or so through the evening hours. Visibilities right now, for the most part, in the 1 to 2 mile range. A few places a little bit less than that, but some of that, especially out west, could be because of blowing snow. Winter weather advisories in effect until midnight west of Platteville to Lone Rock to Wisconsin Dells line. East of there, that advisory runs until noon tomorrow. And look at the wind gusts out to the west of us. Madison right now, the air is almost calm at the airport, but the winds are gusting to 25 miles an hour in Boscobel and Mineral Point and to almost 40 miles an hour in Dubuque, Iowa, where the land to the west of there is a lot flatter. Temperatures right now, lower 30s in Madison, but the cold air is starting to pour in. Notice Dubuque down to 21 degrees, Decorah, Iowa at 18. You factor in the winds, and wind chills are already in the single digits along and west of the Mississippi River, and those wind chills will continue to drop pretty rapidly tonight. So as the snow winds down, look for some blowing and drifting for tonight into tomorrow. That could lead to icy roads because as temperatures drop into the single digits tonight and stay only in the lower to middle teens tomorrow, the salt will have very little impact on the ice that's already out there, and blowing and drifting snow could be a problem. And then the bitterly cold air with wind chills 25 to 35 below zero at times arrive for the weekend through much of next week. I'll have the full forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, Gary, thank you. The snow could make it difficult for drivers heading home this evening.
Our News 3 Now photojournalist Lance Hyde is on the belt line right now. Lance, how are the roads looking?
Well, Charlotte, I just pretty much drove the length of the belt line from Stoughton Road, and I'm coming upon Whitney Way. And while the snow has definitely picked up in the last 15 minutes or so, driving has been pretty much wide open. I'll say the traffic is pretty light, and the speed has been pretty consistent. Although, as you can see ahead of me here, the sight lines have gone down over the last hour. And with that, I'll send it back to you.
All right, thank you, Lance. There is a number in this forecast that really worries Dane County leaders, and it's not the snow depth.
It is the sub-zero temperatures that could make this week especially dangerous. Adam Duxter is live from the Beltline with why cleanup could be an issue. Adam.
Yeah, well, despite 60 Dane County plows being on the road today, it's really the wind and the freezing temperatures that are coming directly after this snow that has those Dane County's officials worried the roads could be even harder to clear. Now, winds tonight will range from 20 to gusts up to 25 miles per hour, which means roads that are plowed could get covered right back up. Not to mention the winds will cool things off drastically. And from there, Dane County's executive says it's the duration of the freezing cold temperatures that truly makes this a dangerous weather event.
What's different about this storm is really the duration of the challenge. Not only will we have a fairly significant snowstorm today with some ice underneath it, with the cold weather and the drifting that we mentioned. But this is going to go, but the cold weather is going to go on for a long time.
And Parisi, as well as Director of Emergency Management Charles Tubbs, spoke to the media this afternoon and say, because of the temperatures we're going to see over the course of this next week, if you really do need to get supplies, now is the time to do it. In the meantime, as Gary mentioned, that snow is blowing, and it's actually blowing right in my face right now. So I think we're going to get off the roads, get off the belt line, and get back into the warm weather.
All right, Adam, thank you.
Thank you. People who live in Madison may be particularly tired of the snow at this point.
But city crews get tired of hearing the same questions and complaints every time the snow falls. So tonight we're helping them and you out. Our Jamie Perez joins us now with the most frequently asked questions. Jamie?
Right. Well, it's not that the city doesn't want to help answer these questions. It's just that they get the same questions time and time again. So today I found out what those questions are and how you can help the city work faster.
Another several inches of snow is nothing new to Danny Kessler.
Oh, yeah.
While most of us stay inside, he parks his seat right in his garage and watches.
Oh, it sure is pretty, especially when it sticks to the trees like that, I think.
You'll never hear him calling the city to complain because he said he gets it, but not everyone does.
More like look before you leap type of stuff, or kind of make certain you understand what's going on before we jump straight to complaints.
Brian Johnson with the City Streets Division said he fields so many complaints and questions every time it snows.
Why can't you straighten the plow, or why can't they direct it some other place? I mean, if they straighten the plow, we would leave snow in the street.
He said the most common questions are, when is my street going to get plowed, and why do the plows push snow into my driveway?
Well, what are they going to do? Stop every... They can't stop every driveway, and lift their blades.
And it's not to say that we're perfect. Mistakes happen, and so I don't want to get the impression that people shouldn't contact us about things. There are things we need to know if there's vision hazards places, or maybe we didn't get the snow far enough back to occur, or maybe something was forgotten. It's okay, let us know, but just, give us a little time, too.
Johnson said the easiest way to avoid jamming up their phone lines is to look online. You can sign up for snowplow updates to know where the plows are and when they will get to your street. You can even sign up for text alerts, like the 10,000 people who already have, instead of being a weather Karen and complaining even before the city has had a chance to plow.
Sometimes we get them hours before we even begin a plowing operation.
Kessler said the main thing we should be worried about with this snowfall is clearing the snow before it turns to ice.
The weatherman said that tonight, if you get a chance, try to clear it at about 5 o'clock because it's going to get a crust on it, and it might be a little harder to take care of.
The City of Madison also has a Facebook and Twitter account that will send some automatic updates on whatever they're doing. So next time before you call or field a complaint, just make sure that you are checking online to make sure that your question isn't already answered on their website.
Jamie, thank you. Local stores are busy as people are buying supplies to treat their sidewalks and driveways today and prepare for the bitter cold this weekend.
I know it's going to be very busy with the ice melt and sanding. We've got a full supply of sand and ice melt. The roads today are going to be very tough.
Besides sand and ice melt, Dorn Hardware is also selling a lot of small heaters and hand and foot warmers, as well as roof rakes and snow blowers.
With the wintry weather and frigid temperatures in the forecast, you can stay up to date on the weather by downloading our First Warn weather app. It features live radar, hourly forecasts, along with closings and delays. To download the free app, just go to your phone's app store and search WISC weather.
That's why today we will be issuing a new public health emergency and order requiring face coverings in public places. Our fight against this virus isn't over.
Wisconsin has a new mask mandate just an hour after the old one was repealed. Now, if that sounds confusing, you're not alone.
Naomi Coles joins us to explain just what happened and what might happen next. Naomi.
All of the old mask rules still apply right now because that order went into effect right away. But this ping pong back and forth between the governor and legislature, that could continue because if Republicans take up a new joint resolution to overturn this new order. Here's what happened earlier today. The Assembly voted to repeal the order after telling the governor they wanted him to submit a limited version of the mask mandate to their rulemaking process. That process, however, puts him at the mercy of a Republican senator who immediately opposed the idea. Assembly Speaker Robin Vos says it's not about masks, it's about the law.
Unfortunately, under Governor Evers' rule, he's decided that he never needs to cooperate with us and he can just do what he wants. Today, that comes to an end.
And if we're not going to do anything that helps our state move forward, how about we don't do anything that makes things worse?
Now, a reminder, almost 60 groups, including every major healthcare organization in Wisconsin, they oppose this resolution overturning the mandate. 7 Republicans today actually joined Democrat colleagues in voting against it, including Dodgeville area Representative Todd Novak. Now, just in the last hour, one senator has said he's already drafting a new joint resolution to overturn this order. However, just in the last few minutes in my inbox, the Senate leader says they've done all they can do. It's now up to the courts. There is a lawsuit in front of the state Supreme Court right now where they could rule on whether the governor is overextending his powers. But one last thing to keep in mind, check your local health departments, because regardless of what happens here, their orders, their mask mandates, those will still stay in effect.
There's a new private fundraiser to help the nearly 30 public employees who have quit, retired, or been laid off from a county-run nursing home in Janesville. This all happened after the county basically required its Rock Haven employees to get a vaccine. A GoFundMe page hopes to financially support staff who no longer have an income and insurance. Last week, the county board voted to increase exceptions, but not to overturn the mandate. Those in support of the staff say a mandate is unfair.
Devastated. They loved working there. Some of these people have been there for decades. They love the patients. They love the other staff. There's been a lot of tears. They did not want to leave their jobs. They loved working there.
Staff who did stay received the second dose of the COVID-19 vaccine this week.
As the COVID-19 vaccine rollout continues in Wisconsin, the statewide death toll is quickly approaching 6,000. Another 41 people died of COVID in the last day. The 7-day average is trending higher. The number of cases is trending down. Health officials say nearly 40,000 vaccine doses have been administered in the past day alone. So far, 2.2%, or nearly 130,000 Wisconsinites, have received both doses of the COVID vaccine. That's up 0.2% from yesterday. According to the CDC, more than 27 million Americans have now gotten at least one shot.
Lawmakers are gearing up for a potential all-nighter as Democrats prepare to pass President Biden's COVID relief bill. Democrats are moving swiftly to pass President Biden's nearly $2 trillion COVID relief plan without Republican support. Republicans who prefer a much smaller stimulus plan are making Democrats take difficult votes on a slew of amendments today in a marathon session known as Vote-A-Rama.
We hope that the Republicans would join us in support. We would prefer that, but we need to have the leverage to proceed whether they do or not.
The remaining damage to our economy does not require another multi-trillion-dollar non-targeted Band-Aid.
The president says he wants to fulfill a campaign promise of $1,400 payments to Americans, but might be willing to negotiate over who qualifies. UW-Madison Chancellor Rebecca Blank says her school will face $320 million in pandemic-related losses by the time the fiscal year ends in June. Blank said athletics, housing, and student unions will have lost $150 million, and the school will have lost $30 million in tuition. Unexpected pandemic-related spending will have totaled $50 million. She noted that the university has been trying to fill the losses with reserves, federal aid, furloughs, frozen salaries, and pay cuts for the school's senior leadership.
Well, there's more to come on News 3 Now at 5. Up next, we're continuing to track road conditions as drivers hit the road for the evening commute in the middle of this snow. And at 6, some amazing video of the Coast Guard rescuing dozens of people from shifting ice in Door County. We have that incredible story ahead at 6. But first, on Wall Street, the Dow up 332 points, the NASDAQ up 167, the S&P 500 up nearly 42 points, setting a record high. We'll be right back.
Madison's biggest President's Day appliance sale starts now at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Get guaranteed delivery in 5 days or less on in-stock appliances, including special doorbusters like these. And no interest financing for 18 months at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Power Swabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to Power Swabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. Power Swabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stained caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, Power Swabs can target that area using swab precision.
I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
So this Valentine's Day, if you have yellowing between your teeth or coffee stains near your gum line, just snap, swab, and smile. And each 5-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth. So stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes or an hour, and start using the Power Swabs 5-minute solution. Just snap, swab, and smile.
After just 7 days, the results were awesome. Power Swabs was easy to use every day, and each day I could see it better and better, and from beginning to end, it's definitely whiter. They look clean, they feel clean, and people have made comments about it, which is nice.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. So this Valentine's Day, order Power Swabs and receive up to 40% off the retail price. Get a free Power Swabs Quick Stick pen with your order. The Quick Stick pen is your on-the-go solution to help prevent stains from adhering to your teeth after drinking coffee, tea, or even after smoking. And in addition to saving up to 40% on your purchase and your free Quick Stick pen, get free shipping by ordering now. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
The biggest President's Day sale in Wisconsin starts now at Ashley Home Store. Get our very best deals of the season, including doorbusters up to 50% off. Plus, take bonus holiday discounts off our sale prices in store and online. And interest-free financing for 5 years. Ashley Home Store.
Tonight at 6, full team coverage of today's snowstorm and the bitter cold that will follow. And Wisconsin's statewide mask mandate will end later this week after a vote today in the Wisconsin legislature. How we got to this point at 6.
Download the Channel 3000 First Warn Weather app today. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Right now, the House is voting to strip Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene from her committee assignments. Greene has questioned whether school shootings, including Parkland and Sandy Hook, were staged, claimed there's no evidence a plane hit the Pentagon on 9/11, and reportedly liked social media posts calling for violence against some Democrats. In a House floor speech, Representative Greene walked back those comments, saying she now believes school shootings and the 9/11 attacks were real.
I was allowed to believe things that weren't true, and I would ask questions about them and talk about them. And that is absolutely what I regret.
Congresswoman Greene has been fundraising off the move to strip her of her committee assignments and announced on Twitter that she has raised so far nearly $175,000. As snow continues to fall across southern Wisconsin, we are keeping an eye on all roads in the area.
Our Brady Mallory has more on road conditions. Brady, what are you seeing right now?
Well, you know, usually when you're rolling up to an intersection, you hit the brakes a few feet before you get there. Well, today you want to give yourself a lot more time to stop because it is slick out there, and Madison isn't the only place that is seeing those conditions. If we look at most of the state here, you see a lot of blue on this map. What that blue means is those are the roads that are snow covered. And we can see all the way up to Tomahawk, down to Beloit, we have some slick conditions here in the state. So be careful wherever you're going. Take your time. You will get there eventually. That's just what we're dealing with when we have winter weather like this, Charlotte.
Brady, thank you. And let's get a look at your first warn weather. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti has your forecast. Gary.
Well, the snow continues over much of southern Wisconsin, although it is starting to wind down over the far southwestern portion of the state, but snowing pretty steadily through Dane County. The heavier bands moving on through, and then out into Lake Michigan. That's where the heaviest snow is right now. But we still may pick up another inch or so of accumulation before all is said and done, but there's a pretty sharp cutoff on the western edge. That's approaching the Mississippi River right now. So most of the accumulating snow should be over with by early this evening, and even any flurries should probably be ending before midnight. Visibilities right now, 3/4 of a mile in Madison, a half-mile visibility in moderate snow in Milwaukee and Marshfield. Out to the west, though, those visibilities are staying low even though the snow has ended there, and that's because they're seeing some very strong winds. And over the snow depth, which is now in some cases 15 to 18 inches over eastern Iowa and generally about a foot or more from Madison southward over southern Wisconsin, that could lead to some serious blowing and drifting snow. An alert day is in the forecast for tonight and tomorrow for the snow to gradually end, but the problem is that as the winds pick up, that blowing and drifting snow will become more of an issue, and then with temperatures falling pretty rapidly, once those temperatures start getting below 20 degrees, and that'll probably happen by late evening, the salt really stops working on the road. So if they're still icy at that point, they're going to stay icy. Putting more salt on it is not going to help. Blizzard warnings remain in effect for parts of Iowa where they've had whiteout conditions. That's what I was talking about with the strong winds causing near zero visibility and a number of accidents in that area. Winter weather advisories for our viewing area, but winter storm warnings to the north for heavier snow and to the south for more blowing and drifting into parts of Illinois and Iowa. And you can see the flatter land across Illinois back into Iowa. Those winds are now gusting to, these are the maximum wind gusts for the day, but they're pretty much occurring right now, about 35 35 to 45 miles per hour. Our winds are just starting to pick up here in the Madison area. And then we have alert days for this weekend into all of next week as far as Friday because of bitterly cold air. Temperatures have been up around the 30-degree mark for the snow after bottoming out near zero the other night. But take a look what happens over the next 48 hours. The temperatures drop off, wind chills generally staying around 10 below zero, even during the day. And future track wind chills beginning early on Friday morning start around 25 below zero. By Sunday morning, you can see them perhaps as cold as 35 to 40 below zero. Below zero wind chills even during the daylight hours. And early in the morning, those wind chills down to about 25 to 30 below zero just about every morning through next week. You can see that's Thursday morning and Friday morning. Really not much of a change. So we're going to have to deal with this bitter cold for a long period of time. On future track, the snow should move out pretty quickly, and then we're looking for some breaks in the clouds to occur overnight. That will allow those temperatures to start falling off, and then the really cold air starts to arrive by early on Saturday morning. So winter weather advisories in effect west of Platteville to Lone Rock to Wisconsin Dells Line until midnight tonight. The rest of our viewing area, including Madison, until noon tomorrow. Tomorrow, not looking for any accumulating snow. In fact, no snow at all, but it'll be windy and much colder. Blowing and drifting snow, high temperature at 13. Wind chills staying at or below zero all day long. And again, those alert days in the forecast. There might be some light snow on Monday with some minor accumulations, but for the most part, the weather pattern is just going to be bitterly cold. Daytime highs in the single digits above zero. Wind chills staying below zero during the day. Nighttime low temperatures in the teens to single digits below zero, and early morning wind chills from about 25 to 35 below zero most of those mornings. As we take a look at first warn traffic, of course, with the snow moving through the Madison area right now, road conditions are really starting to drop down, especially in the Madison area. On the Beltline, looks like an accident here just to the west of Verona Road. Seeing some slowdowns on the Beltline. Right now, the Beltline, though, just wet because of the fact the temperatures are around freezing. So travel times are a little bit elevated on the Beltline in either direction between University Avenue and the interstate. Heading down to Janesville, it's a 27-minute commute from the Beltline southward, but expect these numbers to go up in time over the next couple of hours as the temperatures drop, the snow comes to an end, and the roads become icy. That's your News 3 Now First Warn traffic.
All right, Gary, thank you. Ahead at 5, some of the most popular companies will not have Super Bowl commercials this year. Why a Madison College professor says this could be a good move. That's ahead at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Get more for your kitchen now at the Brothers Main Big Kitchen Upgrade Sale. We want you to absolutely love your new kitchen, so you'll get big, big savings on the latest incredible products from GE and our risk-free 30-day price satisfaction guarantee. We want you to be 100% satisfied every time. That's why we're the More Store. The Big Kitchen Upgrade Sale with more selection, more savings, and more kitchen. Now at the Brothers Main, your local store for more since 1938.
It's replacement window season, and Champion Comfort 365 windows are buy two, get two free.
Replacing the windows, it made our home more comfortable and more functional.
Buy two, get two free. Call now or download our free buyer's guide at getchampionwindows.com.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
It's time to upgrade your downtime. It's time for Stressless. Now at the Century House. Go from one grade of leather to a higher one for free. Or save $300 on Stressless Sunrise recliners. Don't wait. Save hundreds on Stressless Comfort. At the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
Well, they're iced up in the winter, they're foggy in the summer. Chips, cracks, and sags can be quite a bummer. If you're not sure, then look for these clues, 'cause you may suffer from the vinyl window blues.
I'm Scott, the window guy from AHT Wisconsin Windows. Our windows don't ice up, fog, chip, crack, or sag because we use a solid core composite frame that's 400% stronger than vinyl.
Get free installation on any door or window purchase at scottthewindowguy.com.
Fusion has it all. Modern styling, spacious interior, plenty of power. even help to inspire confidence. Ford Copilot 360. NHTSA 5-star overall crash rating. 5-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. So while life is full of compromises, Fusion isn't one of them. Get FlexBuy on 2020 Fusion with 0% APR for 66 months. And with President's Day cash, get a total $4,000 cash back.
Pick up the latest issue of Madison Magazine for the dish on Mindful Meals, a local chef's artsy take on food, the year Madison made fair housing history, and a Stoughton bookstore where diversity's the big story. Madison Magazine on newsstands now.
Download the Channel 3000 First Warm Weather app today. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
We are about 72 hours away from the kickoff for Super Bowl 55.
While many people are looking forward to the big game, there's a lot of attention on this year's commercials. Madison College marketing professor Steve Knoll says there will be a lot of changes this year for advertisements during the game. Many companies have decided not to run as many ads this year, including Coke, Pepsi, and Budweiser. But Knoll says this isn't a bad move by the companies.
And if you really add up the value of the media exposure, it's well in excess of $5.5 million. So as much as Budweiser is kind of, saying, hey, this is a good thing, we're donating money to a very important charity, at the end of the day, it's all about media exposure.
Anheuser-Busch says it will use all of the money it would usually spend on a Budweiser ad and donate it to coronavirus vaccination awareness efforts.
And the much anticipated Super Bowl matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be this Sunday night. You can see it right here on CBS. Kickoff is at 5:30, but coverage starts all day long. The 50th Green Bay Packers Hall of Fame induction banquet, which was first rescheduled from 2020 until April of this year, will be postponed again until August of this year due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. The induction banquet will feature Charles Woodson and Al Harris as the newest inductees into the Green Bay Packers Hall of Fame.
A final check of your First Warn forecast when we return.
Don't miss the biggest mattress sale of the year. The Mattress Marathon is at Ashley Home Store's biggest President's Day sale. Get the guaranteed best offer in all of Wisconsin on Tempur-Pedic and Beautyrest mattresses. Plus, save up to 65% off doorbusters like these. Ashley Home Store.
Get quality, innovation, and style with Pfister faucets from Menards. We carry over 60 kitchen and bath faucets from Pfister with available features like a spot-resist finish, along with a lifetime warranty. You're sure to find the Pfister kitchen or bath faucet that matches your home's decor. Save on this Renato bath faucet. Right now, just $97.99 at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
At U.S. Cellular, we're building a powerful 5G network that works without interruption in the places you wouldn't expect. And with every plan at U.S. Cellular, you get access to 5G at no additional charge. So no matter where you are, U.S. Cellular's network always keeps you connected in the places you need it most. At U.S. Cellular, all of our plans include 5G and get unlimited data for just $30 a month with 4 lines. U.S. Cellular.
3 days only, shop the biggest appliance sale of the year at Grand Appliance. Save on early President's Day price drops combined with Grand exclusive rebates worth up to $700 off top brands like Cafe, Frigidaire, GE, LG, and Whirlpool. Get a deal no competitor can match February 4th, 5th, and 6th exclusively at Grand Appliance. Shop grandappliance.com or a store near you. Grand Appliance and TV. You make it home, we make it grand.
Winter in Wisconsin means snow, blustering winds, and sub-zero temperatures. Will your insulation keep your home warm? Frank Construction can always help. We're your roofing and insulation pros. We'll find cracks and air pathways in your insulation that are letting in the icy cold and hindering your comfort. With our thermal imaging and cutting-edge insulation techniques, you'll be sure that your home will be warm and energy efficient for many years to come. Visit frankconstruction.com today and prepare your home for the long winter.
To count down the days, but my ski trip to Cascade Mountain with my cousin each year, so much fun. used to pretend like we were flying. Now, we really do. My dad and my uncle like that we still ski free. But Noah and I, we just have fun. See you there.
The biggest President's Day sale in Wisconsin starts now at Ashley Home Store. Get our very best deals of the season, including doorbusters up to 50% off. Plus, take bonus holiday discounts off our sale prices in store and online. And interest-free financing for 5 years. Ashley Home Store.
Let's head to meteorologist Gary Canalti with a final check of our forecast. Gary.
Well, it looks like the last of the bands of the heavier snow are moving through the Madison area right now. Farther out to the west, the snow tapering to flurries or just some very light snow showers and ending west of the Mississippi River. Visibility right now, 3/4 of a mile in Monroe and Madison in that last band of heavier snow. Heaviest snow right along Lake Michigan shoreline, 1/4 mile visibility in Kenosha and a 1/2 mile visibility in Milwaukee. But winter weather advisories are in effect until midnight tonight for areas west of Platteville to Lone Rock to Wisconsin Dells line. East of there, including Madison, they run until noon tomorrow. Temperatures right now around freezing in Madison, in the teens in eastern Iowa. Winds are gusting to almost 40 miles an hour in Dubuque, Iowa. So that strong wind moving in. The wind chills are starting to drop to near zero just west of the Mississippi River.
All right, bundle up out there. That's our time for now. Thanks for watching. Have a good evening. See you at 6 o'clock.